All right, what's up, guys? Chokosura here, and we're back with another Secret of Mana Randomizer Mystery Seed set to hard settings. Now, for this seed, we are going to be doing something a little bit different. We are going to be doing a gift exchange seed. So, what this is, for those who don't know, is we have to find 8 specific things and we have to turn them into 8 specific NPCs throughout the world. So basically, we have to play Santa. Speaking of Santa, we will be starting in his house instead of in, Potus Village or at the waterfall where we usually start for these. Um, we also have to make sure that we turn in these items in order to get to the next hint. So Santa's going to give us 8 hints and he'll tell us what these NPCs want. We have to go look for them so we can turn them in. Now, in addition to that, we will also have mystery flags in place, so we don't know what other kind of flags will be set. So we'll have to figure that out as we go, as usual. I think it's possible for a seed to be incompletable depending on how the randomizer, randomizes things. So if it rolls something like hard complexity and flaming German logic, for instance, there could be a case where the seed is not able to be completed because 8 checks are on Santa. So depending on who the NPCs are, and depending on what the items are that these NPCs want, the NPCs will not have their usual checks. Like, for instance, Watts is sometimes a gift recipient. Watts and Guy's Navel, to be specific. If Watts, for example, ends up as a gift recipient, that means we cannot get his check. His check will be on Santa instead. So, in other words, we have to get his gift and then get his check. So, we'll see what happens here. I mean, sometimes the seed isn't able to be completed, but hopefully it doesn't roll like flaming German logic or like hard complexity or stuff like that. All right, let's get started. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so we're gonna get our first gift hint right here, and I got a piece of paper so I can write these down. And I have a feeling it is flaming German logic. Okay, Salamander in the Fire Palace wants a fairy walnut. Oh god. Okay, looks like we have a glove start, and this is a spear. Alright, so glove start is intelligence and thunder. Alright, so Salamander wants a walnut. Okay, so in order for us to give Salamander that walnut, we need to find the fire seed. We also need to find the whip so we can get to the fire seed check. Oh, let me reset this room. Maybe Rudolph will give us a hint here. Okay, Lumina on Santa. Okay, good to know. And these gifts, by the way, they can be anything. They can be items like walnuts, candies, whatever. They can be armor. They can be elemental spirits as well. Okay, let me get this guy. I want this guy. If an NPC asks for an elemental spirit and you turn it into him, you lose that elemental spirit. Okay, tower key in a town. Okay. Alright, so first thing I need to do, and this is maybe German logic, right? Yes, okay. So we do have to make our way back to the car. I want to do these ice country checks if I can. Try to catch him. And these enemies will drop presents. Sometimes they'll drop presents. The presents can contain anything. They can contain all sorts of items, including armor. I think armor is rare though. Like that, we just got a duck helm. That's actually huge. That is absolutely titanic. We just got that. All right, so we're gonna go check this boss over here. But yeah, like I said, these presents can contain anything. Alright, who is this? Alright, Metal Mantis. This should be fine. Alright, so we have a lot of work to do in order to even turn in the first gift. Can he even fit down here? I think he can. Yeah, he can. There we go. Yeah, finding that duck helm was absolutely huge. So that means I don't need to get her a helmet for probably the rest of the run. Unless this seed drags out to like, 2 hours or something, and the enemies end up at level 30 plus, then maybe I have to upgrade the needle helm, but yeah. We don't have to worry about her helmet right now, or her defense for that matter. Alright, Salamander Oven has a whip orb, that's fine. Looks like it's gonna be increased after bosses. Yeah, guys are level 2. Hate these guys so much, they run from me. Want that. A fairy crown. Are you serious, game? You're gonna give me a fairy crown? That's absolutely massive. I don't think I need to kill anything right now. So we just got the best helmet in the game for Prim. 150 defense and 150 magic defense. Our evasion, however, is still not topped off though, because we don't have an armband. Which I'll give her an armband at some point. We can also sell the fairy crown, but I'm not gonna do that just yet. If I need money like really bad, then I might consider it. But right now we're just gonna keep it. Okay, 1400 gold. We're also gonna check triple tadpole here in case there's something cheeky at the spot, which there could be. I mean, our damage isn't the best right now. Yeah, I got a chocolate. So we are off to a huge start. I'm also pretty certain that these presents that these enemies drop, they don't drop money. They're just going to be items and armor. Okay, there's our walnut that we can give to Salamander. Mech 1. Alright. We can't complete Ice Palace, unfortunately, because we don't have the whip, so we have to leave after this. Okay, nothing here. Yeah, we'll just leave that as it is. We're gonna rope out. And... looks like I'm going to Empire. Yeah, I'm going to Empire. Let me check my money, because I do need 100 gold to get there. Yeah, we got 1700. We're fine. We found that chest with money in it earlier, so we're good. Just an herb. I do believe the fairy crown also increases intelligence by 10, I believe. Or is it 5? Might be 5. I think it's 5. Yeah, it's 5. So it's plus 5 intelligence. Alright, so we're gonna shoot over to Kokara. Matter of fact, I might just go by Fire Palace and see what the first chest is. We can check that first chest out of logic. Since we have the glove. And I'll see if I can get Prim an armband of some sort. An Ivy amulet would be nice, so I don't fall asleep in a fight. I mean, I can. I don't need it, but I can. We know it's there. I don't exactly need defense right now. I just need an armband to max my evasion. Because I think I can still get hit if I don't evade for 1 damage. We also want to come here to see what the orb is that we need to get through here. Silver. Okay. Right, I want to kill these first, though. I'm trying to group them together. There we go. Okay, there's the Dryad Seed. Sure, we take that. Alright, this is... no. Okay, so now we know that there's a Sprite in the seed somewhere. In order to turn in the first gift, we need to find Sylphid. Logically, we need to find Sylphid. We need to find Gnome, and we also need to find the Whip. As well as the Fire Seed. It might be basic logic, so we might not need the Fire Seed. But we do need the Whip. As well as the Sprite and Gnome. At the very least. Alright, so our only choice right now is Empire. We can't go to Matango since we don't have the axe and we don't have an elemental to get past the orb. So 9 out of 10, our progression is somewhere in the Empire. So that's why we need to full clear Empire. We need to check everything. Let's see. What was this? Oh, right. Tower key in the town. We already got that. Not even randomized. Alright, unfortunately that doesn't help us right now. Okay, we got Silver Band. Power Wrist, I will take. Oh, we got a lot of armbands here. Frosty Ring, Wolf Band. This whole shop is armbands. Oh, except for this. Yeah. Alright. We got Southtown has a lot of armbands in that shop. Fight these. Walnut. We got crawlers. I don't want to spend too much time in here. We might get put to sleep. Kind of hoping we find a glove orb in Northtown Castle, or you know, another weapon, a spear, an axe, a whip would be nice. Something I already have a weapon orb for, because our glove is literally our only source of damage so far. We don't have any magic yet. We do have one mana seed though, which is good. Alright, Chrissy. Okay, boys in Upperland. That's good to know, I guess. Alright, boys in Upperland. I don't know how relevant that is, but we'll just write that down and keep that in mind. Yeah, we'll grab this. Might as well get this now. So I'll have it. I don't need it, but might as well take it. Alright, so we are going to check Northtown Castle. We'll get the freebies. We'll come back and save, and then we'll do the boss checks. Nah, I'm not interested. Not interested. Axe Orb. Okay, there's that. Mage Malice, nice, but not what I'm looking for right now. It could be a gift for an NPC though, so there is that. I will fight these though. Because they're weak to thunder. Alright, that's a candy. Another walnut, we'll take that. Just gotta make sure we save one walnut for Salamander. Ah. Jab Orb. Pop out. Yeah, we can save. We just may find the Flamey Drum in the Empire, and our progression is elsewhere. So that could also be the case. Kilroy? Yeah, we can just get right in his face. Pretty much impermissible, if you get my drift. If this is a glove orb, I think I'll just keep it. Alright, level 6. Well, I'm keeping that anyway because it's Sylvan. Alright, so we are going to rope out. I'm actually going to head back to town and force this glove to level 2. Because we need damage. I'm going to save first though. Reason I want to save first is because if we happen to roll a trash weapon, then we can reset back to level 1. Death Reach. Stone? Stone. Okay, agility stone. Perfect. Earth. Perfect. I'll save again. And we have an elemental. So if this next boss is Earth element, then we can change our element from Earth to Thunder. Okay. Spider legs. Enemies are level 5. Dead. What'd I get? Oh. Oh, we got a dang bandana, of course. I mean, if an NPC asks for that, then we'll have it. So, Tiger? Yep. Bite down? Up. Never mind. Which side are you on? You don't care about your fireball. No, we don't. You know you're a badass when you can just walk up to a giant tiger and just punch him right in his face and kill him. Just beat him to a pulp with your bare fists. Alright, Jav Orb and a Boom Orb. We are resetting. Alright, off to ruins. Now, there's a world where Sylphid is required to get through Upperland and Gnome is like an early game somewhere. There is a world where that is the case. So here's hoping that we don't live in that world and Gnome is here in Northtown Ruins, but kill this. Frozen fish. Yeah, some of the enemies have been renamed to fit the Christmas theme. They've either been renamed or they've been like, they have like a different color palette, like those mushrooms there. Alright, another walnut. Spear orb. I could get Sylphid to level 1 just for Thunder Saber, I guess, but I mean, I don't need to use Thunder Saber yet. No, you are not allowed to poop out owls. No. Okay, we're getting silenced. Yep. That's fine. I kind of wish that Fairy's Crown was a Fairy's Ring instead. And that way we won't have to worry about a lot of status effects. Okay, Spear Orb. Okay, so we're running out of checks here. I'm thinking that Sylphid is our elemental we need for Upperland. So it very well may be the case. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll do it. I'm about to level up too. At least I think I am. I'll get this to level 1 just because. What? Yeah, I figured I was about to level. God dang it. Freaking owls. Curse these owls. We may have a bunch of defense, but we are not immune to silence. Unfortunately. No, hit this. I tried to hit that. I legit tried to hit that owl. Okay, let me not mess with those. Since they're summoning Nemesis owls, we don't want to deal with them things. We really don't. Did I not smack you? Literally can't move. He's on my ass! Get off! Holy God. Freaking owls. Okay. Yeah. I really wish that fairy's crown was a fairy's ring. And then we don't have to worry about status. Most status. Okay, let me kill them. Because they're gonna summon owls in here. Okay, there's that. What's on this thing? Strength confused, not bad. Not bad at all. He is hoping that the boss in Doom's wall spot is Wallface. Nope. Ah. Please. Silence. So annoying. I'll just wait till it wears off. Wallface? Yep. Level 1. Alright, there's the heal. About the fire. There it is. You gotta be kidding me. There we go. Thankfully, with the glove, you can hit both the center eye and the left eye at the same time. If you stand in the perfect spot, you can. If you stand too far to the right, you can only hit the center eye. Alright, Bow's Orb and an Axe Orb. Alright, we gotta keep on going. Maybe there's something on Vampire. Alright, do I get a hint from Diluc? No. Okay, so Diluc is a gift recipient, which means we have to come back here later. We don't know what he wants yet, but we know he wants something. So since he's a gift recipient, he's not going to give us a hint. Oh god. I think we just use this, and we'll pop Thunder Saber on. Alright, we get 8 shots of Thunder Saber. Since he's at level 1. Oh, well, you stop with the Earth Slide already, honestly. Just stop. Wow. Please. Stop dropping rocks on my head. Oh, he would stop right there. What? Oh my god, I can't hit him. There we go. Alright, this should be my last hit of Thunder Saber here. Or maybe not. That's my last hit. Recast. We're only casting Thunder Saber just to get a little bit more damage out of our attacks. Since the snake is weak to wind, might as well. He just spams so much. Yeah, you still have MP? Thought you'd be out of MP by now. There we go. Jeez. Luna. Okay, that's worth it. That is definitely worth it. Alright, so we got Luna out of that, which is nice. No gnome, though, which leads me to think that Sylphid is probably our elemental to get past Upperland. Do I want to force the javelin? I can. It's got strength on it though. I guess it wouldn't hurt to see what the level 2 javelin is. Huh. I mean, sure. Now I have a long range stone weapon and a short range stone weapon. Alright, so my next play is Matango because we can't proceed through Fire Palace right now, not without Gnome anyway. And Ice Country requires the whip, so yeah, Matango is our next destination. Or more specifically, Upperland Forest. We can't go into Matango right now, we don't have the axe. Yeah, like I said, it's gonna take a while to turn in the first gift. We have to get to the Fire Seed pedestal to do that. And speaking of pedestals, I'm probably gonna check Wind Palace and see if the logic is basic or not. We don't need anything, right? No, we already got that. I will take a walnut. I have like 3 though. Well, 5. Now I have 5. But we have enough walnuts. Just got to make sure I save one for Salamander, and if I don't, then I could just buy one. So no big deal. All right, so let's think. Sylphid has to be the Upperland Orb. Has to be. We haven't found any other elemental. I mean, aside from Luna. And we haven't found the Sprite. So, chances are it is Sylphid that I need. At some point, I want to get Luna up to level 1 as well. Matter of fact, what's your XP look like? 481? Eh. Now, although we can't see the orb physically, we know it's here. And we can always use the targeting command. Let me kill these things right here real quick, so they don't get in my face. 30 XP. Okay. But yeah, the orb is right beyond this tree right here, but you can't see it, so you have to use the targeting command. So yeah, it is Sylphid, as we thought. There we go. Alright, so with that done, we now have access to early game. We just got a cannon over there. But before I go there, I want to check Moogle Village. And I want to check Wind Palace Pit and see if the logic is basic. We might not need the Fire Seed. Okay, there's the boy. The boy came with the bow. Okay. And, alright, there's the Fire Seed. We may need the Fire Seed then. Alright, boy. It's unfortunate you can't wear the duck helm or the fairy crown. So, yeah, you're kind of stuck right now, buddy. Your bow. Con Dryad. We can forge that. You know what? I think I'm just going to reset out of him. He doesn't bring anything useful to the table. So we're just going to leave him where he is. I am going to save though. I may need him for casting spells later on, but I don't think I need him right now. I would rather go solo here. Not to mention I don't have any armor for him. I literally have no armor for him, so he's gonna probably get killed at this level. So we're just gonna leave him right where he is. Alright, who is this? Oh, wow. Alright, I have to swap to Thunder Saber here. Ooh, 103. Phase 2? Yep. Hit. Man, Thunder Saber is actually coming in useful this seed. And it's not many seeds where I can say that. I'm actually glad I got Silphid up to level 1. Well, now we can get it up to 2. I might get it up to 2. I mean, Silphid's been proven to be useful so far. Well, Thunder Saber anyway, not Balloon or Analyzer. Is this restrictive logic? It is not. There's the axe and a boom orb. Okay, let me do this real quick. I want to get my magic up to level 2. Especially Luna. I might go back to Matango. There we go. Yeah, I might go back to Matango. We got 3 orbs for the axe too. Okay. So we'll save there. We'll use that as a pivot save. We'll check Matango and see what's there. The duck helm we have, I guess I can save that for the sprite if I find him. I mean, I don't see how the boy can help me. I mean, yeah, I can use him, but I just don't need him. Like, he's not coming in with a cutting weapon or a whip or anything like that. So, I mean, I don't really need him. I mean, he can help me kill bosses, I guess. I don't know. if I find some decent armor for him, I might go back and get him. Wow, I'm glad I did go back. Holy crap. And the Sprite had the sword. Okay. Now I know I'm not going back. Okay, Dark Con on that. We don't have any int weapons yet. We have Sylphin and Luna. Okay, Sprite. First of all, you can have that. Let me see what else I can get for you. Your evasion is not maxed out. I mean, might as well. Okay, so we have no orbs for that. I might force the axe. I want to see if I can get an int weapon on the Sprite real quick. Oh, there we go. All right, Sprite. We'll take that, and you can take this. We can grind Silver to level 2. Do that right now, actually. 7 cash should get it to level 2. Okay, let me get off this map because if this track actually starts sounding very distorted if it's played for too long. Alright, so we got our MP back. Well, almost. There we go. Alright, so what's our next play here? I think we need to just straight up find Gnome, right? Yeah, looks like we need to find Gnome for our next objective here. So with that said, we're gonna hike back to early game. We're gonna shoot over the Potos and then work our way from there. We know where the boy is. We're just gonna leave him. We don't need him at this point, especially since we just got the Sprite. And our Sprite is pretty fully functional. We got a level 2 Sylphid and a level 2 Luna, so we're not exactly hurting for damage right now. Not to mention we have, you know, a girl with level 2 glove and level 2 javelin, moon energy and whatnot. So we're not exactly hurting for damage right now. Okay. Okay, there's that. Alright, Potos Elder is a gift recipient, so that means he wants a gift. So he's not going to give us any hints. I really don't need to check armor, but I'm going to just in case, because there is a world where an NPC asks for a specific kind of armor, and it may be in an armor shop. Okay, so from what I know about gift exchange mode, I do believe that the sword pedestal check is currently broken, which means we can't interact with it. The randomizer is gonna put something there, but like I said, we can't interact with it. So, all right, nothing there. All right. I guess we just checkmate the sand then. So here's hoping that there's nothing important on the sword pedestal. If it is, we can't finish the seed. Buffy? Vampire. Okay. I'll just throw air blast at him. Man, you ain't dead yet? Oh, okay. That animation is actually pretty funny, where he's chomping on you and he's dying at the same time. All right. Let's see what we got here. We get a sword orb guaranteed, which I don't know if I keep at this point. Yeah, we just nope out of that. Okay, so I guess we're going to get freebies. Not freebies, but hints rather. Ooh. Oh, baby. I mean, it's only fair to give it to the sprite. Oh God, let me save. Okay, so technically I can go get the boy and give that to him, but like I said, we don't need him at this point. We really don't. I should give that to Prim. Nah, we'll give it to Sprite. He's fine with that. Get. Wow. Okay, you know what? Amulet Helm is +5 to intelligence, so we're gonna give that to the Sprite. Okay, now my Sprite has more defense than Prim. Yeah, you know what? No. I want this. I want this. Bump that. These dudes are dropping in-game helmets and whatnot. Alright, Dryad early. Okay. Nothing there. Dryad seed in a warm place. Okay. We already got Dryad seed. Right. Already got that. Okay, so I guess we're saving and checking Undini's cave. And we're checking Water Palace because we know the logic is basic, so we can check both. I mean... Needed Luna. Okay. Can't believe we got a fairy's ring and an amulet helm. I'm actually gonna spam Thunderbolt here. Dead. Nope. Now we spam Air Blast. I don't know. I mean, I should just give that to the sprite. Should. Because we have 2 endgame helmets. Nope. Yeah, I think I'll just keep Fairy's Ring on Prim, because if something tries to cast Balloon on her or Silence or whatever, then she can give him the middle finger and say no. Gorgon Bull. Dead. Oh, not yet. So, yeah, I don't think we need to worry about armor for probably the rest of the run. Alright, Axe Orb there. We don't need to forge. Sprite has an Ent weapon. He's fine. Okay, 2,000 bucks and a bow orb. Yeah, sure. Alright, so we are going to rope out. We go to... I think I just go to Witch's Castle here. We'll just make our rounds and hit up every check on the way. Really, dude. Damn, bunnies, stop. casting acid storm on me. I think I save here. The reason I want to save there is because if there's nothing in Witch's Castle, we can pivot back to that save and then shoot to probably just do Gaia's Navel after that. Yeah, we'll just go to Gaia's Navel after that. Sprite was in front of him when he cast that, unfortunately. I need to swap to the sword. Who leveled all these guys? 11? Damn. If I get another fairy swing, I'll put that on the spread. Okay. Fairy swing don't protect against sleep though, unfortunately. Yeah, that's like the one thing it doesn't protect against. I think Fairy's Ring protects against Balloon, Silence, Frosty, I think. Moogle. I think Pygmy as well. Oh god. Just hit him. I'm gonna go to sleep for this. Yeah. Alright, what do you say? Shade in a Forgotten Land. Okay. Might be important, I don't know. So Shades in the Sunken Continent. An NPC might ask for that, who knows? Boss kickers. Sprite's not standing in the right spot. It's gonna be hard to get him back there too. That's not close enough. Oh, yes it is. Barely close enough. Stupid Ice Saber. That last one should have been a Thunderbolt, but that's fine. He still died. Alright, so I'm pretty sure we are looking for Gnome. Either Gnome, or we're going to have to find Gnome anyway, eventually. Gnome and the Flaming Drum. Okay, there's Salamando. Yeah, we take that. Okay, I guess we rope out and we go to Gaius Naval. Not close enough. Now I am. They got wall. Ooh, okay, so this is the Flower Fields NPC. Alright, so he wants a gift. So we're not gonna get a hint from him. Alright, nothing there. I need to smack him if I can. Oh, never mind. Nope, get out of here with that. Trying to balloon me? Go somewhere with that mess. Alright, so Salamando's now level 2. We check magic rope chest, and then we do all the checks here, I guess. Okay. There's Gnome. Excellent. Excellent. How much MP you got from him? 12? You know what? We're getting this up right now. I want the speed up. The speed up timer. I don't need the defender. I just want the speed up timer. I need one more cast though. That was only 6. Alright, so far we know of 4 recipients for gifts. Okay, there's the light seed. Alright, shade required for Earth Palace. $800. About. I'm going to peek the shop. I'm not trying to get armor for these two, but I just want to see what's in there in case somebody asks for some piece of armor. A specific piece of armor. Let me sell this first. You know what? Yeah, I will grab these. Prim's got fairies ring, she's fine. Sprite's still wearing base armor, but that's fine. He's alright. Preferably, I would like to find the flaming drum before I go back to mid-game. So here's hoping it's early. Alright, Spring Beak. My gnome is level 0, but should be okay. One more. If I can find a Lazuri ring, that would be pretty interesting. Because then Sprite will have, what? 10 from the axe, 5 from the helmet, plus 22 intelligence. I don't need it, but nice. Reset. Yeah, this actually might be a 2-hour plus seed. Okay, that's Mech 3. We gotta be a little careful with him. So we want to actually want to cast Thunderbolt here. Okay, he's casting Wall. I don't think this goes off in time. Alright, we're good. Alright, this is where we use Moon Energy. Ah, you just overwrote my damn speed up. There we go. Yeah, we don't have shade for him, so we had to just go melee on him. I probably should have stuck with Lava Wave instead of Thunderbolt. Jav Orb, Flamey Drum. Excellent. Alright, Flamey Drum is here. So, let's swap out. We need to find the whip though. So, let's go get some hints. Alright, so we know the whip's not on the boy. So, what's left? The spear. And I think that's it because the boy has the bow. We saw that earlier when we got him. So, okay, Moogle Belt early. We'll write that down just in case that happens to be a gift for somebody, which it very well may be, who knows? Because these NPCs can ask for anything. Alright, Houdini needed for Grand Palace, that's fine. I might as well clear out Northtown, or not Northtown Ruins, but Pandora Ruins rather. There are 6 checks here, maybe we can get something out of it. Not to mention we have 3 mana seeds, might as well clear it out. Maybe the whip is here. I doubt I'm going to be doing much fighting now. Because we're really not hurting for defense. I mean, we've got a fairy's crown and a fairy's ring on Prim and an amulet helm on Sprite, so we're not hurting for defense. Dragon? Yeah, red dragon. Okay, we don't have Undini, unfortunately, so we have to go with Thunderbolt. Oh, right out Earth Slides level 0. I forgot. Actually need to level that. That's no bueno, Sprite. Yeah, let's just stick with Thunderbolt. $43. There we go. Yeah, I figured Thunderbolt was the next best thing I have. My gnome was not leveled up, and he's obviously strong to Salamander, so Thunderbolt's the next best thing I have. Okay, there's that. I think Dryad is early game too, so Dryad might be in the treasury. Maybe. Alright, nothing on girl. We really gotta find this whip though. We have to find the whip. Okay, Dark Sea's nice. There's Dryad. Wind Sea's nice as well. Alright. I mean, we'll take them. More seeds is good. Alright, now I really need to go hunt some information. So our next stop is going to be Mandala. If we get a hint about the whip, we're going straight to it. if we can. Nope. Clips. Ew. With these high damage range swords. Try again. Alright, Charlemagne. Eh. Alright, so now we've got 5 seeds. Alright, let's see. Sea hare's tail and a tower. So most likely that's sitting in Light Palace. Okay, boomerang, we already got that. Not needed Sylphid. Undini late. Okay. Nothing. Gnome, we already got that. Midge Mallet, already got that. Okay, so no hint on the whip, unfortunately. Most likely we're going to have to blind check it. Yeah, I have a feeling we have to blind check the whip, since we don't have any info on it. Okay, so I know what we can do. At the very least, we can knock out that gnome orb. The whip could be in the fire palace. It's possible. I highly doubt it, but it's very possible that it's on one of the chests in here. I get Royal Jam. Okay, so this is gnome. I can't charge it. Wow. Wow. Alright, so nothing in there. Okay, so let's see. I guess we go to Tasnica. Maybe we can miraculously get a hint. This seed is kind of nasty, actually. I mean, I can't even say that. It's just the progression is awful. And this is only to get to the first gift recipient. $1,000. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get any information on the whip. I'm pretty sure we're not. Spiky suit and Sprite. Nah. Can we do Moon Palace? Maybe? Since the logic is basic, can we get inside? I mean, we have a decent amount of elementals, so there's a good chance we can do this. Yes. Water seed. Wow, 2 seeds are here. Okay. Sure, we take them. I mean, the logic's basic, but I mean, it is what it is. Water seed, earth seed there. Early game is practically done aside from Earth Palace, which we can't get into without shade. It might be a while before we find this whip too. Yeah, we literally can't move on with the seed until we find it. Alright, so Empire is done. Start leveling up my Dryad right now. Ooh, 150. Damn. I really hope it's not one of those situations where the whip is on Santa, because that would make the seed unbeatable. I'll check Gold Isle, maybe. We can actually full clear this place, but I want to save first though. Yeah, this seed is actually pretty brutal. This seed is actually pretty brutal as far as progression. The whip orb. All right, Buffy. Trying to level up my lower level spells here. I think my highest level elemental is still at 3, I think. And we're sitting on 7 mana seeds right now, so everything can get up to level 7. I'm not going to grind to 7, that's preposterous, but that's the max it can go is level 7. So far there's nothing in here. Oh, I lied. Okay, Sea Hair Tail is there. Alright, bore your face. I don't have a long range weapon. I actually do. I'm just gonna use Air Blast here. He's casting something. You doing Sleep Flower? Nope, healing. Dead. Where is this whip? Please. I probably should just play check density and go to Pure Land. Probably what I need to do. Okay, light ped, nothing. It's the damn spear. Okay, let me check Sea Hair Tail because we found that here. That might turn into something. I don't know. Recipient? No. Reset. Alright, so Light Palace has nothing. So we don't need to see Hair Tail. That turns into just the Boomerang Orb. Yeah, I might as well go to Pure Land here. I mean, I don't see why not. It might be one of those situations where the whip is on Santa and I can't get to it, which will make the seed unbeatable. Hydra. I'm trying to level up my gnome. I'm surprised you didn't die from that. Alright. Did I roll low on that last fireball? I couldn't even tell. My character was running away. It might be here. We have a pivot save in Gold City too. Dead. Nope. Man, this seed is brutal. It's not that we can't kill things, because we certainly can. It's just the progression is actually ass. So it makes me wonder if this is a hard complexity seed, which I'm almost positive it is. Alright, so we're 0 for 2 Imperial Land so far. Like I said, we have a pivot save in Gold City. And if there's literally nothing in Imperial Land, I ain't afraid to reset. But knowing how cheeky this game can be sometimes, it might throw something on the last check. Like on Blue Dragon or something. One, two, three, four. Dead. I was listening for sound effects, sound effect cues right there, so I know when to cast again, so I don't trigger his other form. That's why I was counting 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Dragon. Yep, Blue Dragon. You didn't die from that. The good news is, once we finally get access to the Fire Seed pedestal, then the rest of the gifts shouldn't be too difficult to get to. Okay, there's Undini. Speaking of Undini, wow, that didn't kill. One more. Yeah. Okay. Only thing we found from here was Undini. I'm tempted to reset out of her, but there is a world where a gift recipient wants Undini magic, so I pretty much have to keep her. Wall? Yes. Okay, we do this. God, where could this whip be? I hope it's not on Santa. If it's on Santa, that makes the seed unbeatable. There it is. In the back of the dang Pure Land, of course. Of course. What did I just say earlier? The game is cheeky enough to throw something in the last spot. Alright, we know that Mana Tree is not a check-in gift exchange, so... Alright, let's go to Fire Palace. Finally. Almost 2 hours into the damn seed, and I can actually get to the Fire Seed pedestal now. I hope. Reason why I say I hope is because that last orb could be Shade or Lumina. Which, let's just hope and pray that it's not. Either one of those. This game can be so cheeky. Jesus. Kinda figured the game would do some crazy mess like that, put the whip in the back of Pure Land like that. No. Okay. We're good. Mech 3? Nope. That's Mech 2, I think. Yeah, that's Mech 2. All right. Finally. We had to play the whole seed pretty much in order to turn in the first gift. Hopefully the others aren't as terrible. They shouldn't be. An hour and 49 minutes into the run, we finally turned in our first gift. Alright, so we rope out. We go to Santa. We know that Dialogue is a gift recipient, so is the Elder in Potos, and so is the NPC in Flower Fields. So there's 4 more recipients out there. We just gotta figure out who they are. All right, what's the next one? Shade wants a new hat. Okay, hold on. I mean, I got this duck helm I can give him. Okay, that shouldn't be a problem. Now that we have the whip, we can pretty much go anywhere now. All right, so off the Dark Palace then. We'll just give him this duck helm. We're not going to get the boy at all. We don't need him. So if anything, the rest of the gifts, the rest of the gifts should be relatively quick. Should be. So when the NPC says he wants a new hat, that means we have to give him one of our helmets. The game doesn't take a helmet that's equipped to your character. So that means you have to buy a spare piece of gear for them. Luckily, we already have one in the duck helm. Anything? Yes? No. Okay. Thank God we got this in-game armor. Alright, lime slime. All right, let's give Shade his new hat. Don't get a check for this. So our duck helm is gone. Yeah, it doesn't take anything that's equipped to your characters. It'll only take things that are not equipped. All right, so that's done. Now we just got to go back and forth to Santa's house. All right, let's get the next one. Okay, 2,000 bucks. Dryad wants Shade. Okay, so this one shouldn't be too bad because we know Shade is on Sunken Continent somewhere. So the first place I'm actually going to check is Grand Palace Chest, since that's free. And what is with these elemental spirits wanting things for Christmas? Oh, greedy elementals. Shade. Oh, there it is. There it is. Perfect. I'll just walk up. Alright, now, in the case of elemental spirits, it's just like helmets and other pieces of armor. If they ask for an elemental spirit, you lose that elemental spirit. So, once we give Shade over to Dryad here in a minute, then we won't have Shade anymore. What level is he? 28. Oh god. Okay. I didn't know these enemies were that high. Good job, Sprite. Good job, little Sprite. Alright, so Dryad wants Shade magic. I don't know if Dryad has a thing for Shade, but she wants Shade magic for some odd reason. You do you, girl. I ain't mad at you. Alright, let's go back. There are still 2 other NPCs that we don't know about that want items. Alright, Potos Elder wants... Oh, wow. Salamando. My Salamando's like higher level too. I gotta give up my Salamando. I don't want to, but... Sucks. This game sucks sometimes. Haven't y'all ever heard of the 7 deadly sins? Greed is a son of a bitch. Just greedy. people. Like, I mean, I guess on a seed like this, on a gift exchange seed, don't get too comfortable with your elementals because you never know when someone's going to ask for it and then you end up losing it. So as you can see, we no longer have Salamander. And my Salamander was like level 5. Alright, nothing. What's the next one? Gemma wants 5,000 gold. I think we do have that. I'm almost positive we have that. Yes, we got plenty of gold. He said Gemma on Lost Continent. I think he said Gemma on Lost Continent. Greedy SOBs. I tell you, just greedy. You want my elemental spirits? I'm like, next thing they ask for, they want the clothes off my back. I mean, damn. Alright, King Truffle wants a Royal Jam. I got that. Now see, that's a little bit more reasonable. I got Royal Jams. But yeah, usually when the game opens up, you can, turn in these gifts relatively quickly. Alright, so the last two recipients should be Diluc and the Flower Fields NPC near Gaia's Navel. Yep, Flower Guy wants. And now you want my gnome! You know what? No. 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 Let me get one last spell cast on. No, I want level 5 speed up. F that. My God! Greedy SOBs! You want all my elemental spirits. Like, seriously? Yeah, you take this. You never speak to me again. Greedy SOBs, man. Greedy. Alright, so the last one should be the Diluc. Let me guess, he wants Luna. I mean... Okay, he wants the Boogle Belt. So you're telling me I had to trade in my gnome for Lumina? That's not a fair trade. I don't want Lumina at this point. Like, what am I gonna do with Lumina at this point? Not a damn thing. Alright, let's just blend the Diluc real fast. This place should be cleared out of enemies. Yeah. So what elementals am I down to? Undini, Sylphid, Luna and Dryad, I think. Because we had to give away Shade, we had to give away Salamander, we had to give away Gnome. And I think that's it. And we just got Lumina. Man, it's like a relative asking for a new car for Christmas or something. Just greedy. Game trying to jack me for all my elemental spirits. Alright, so that should be the last one, and that should be the end of the run. Time is going to be when the UI disappears as normal. There we go. Alright, so 2:05:56 is our time for this ridiculous seed. My God. And the bad thing is, like 90% of this seed was trying to get to the first recipient. 90% of the seed. We had to give, what was it? Fairy Walnut to Salamander in the Fire Palace, which is probably one of the worst recipients because you need so much to get through there. Anywhere up to 3 different elementals, where it was 2 on this seed, just Sylphin and Gnome. But it's possible that you need 3 because there's 3 orbs. You also need the whip, and you also need the fire seed, but you don't need the fire seed on this seed because the logic ended up basic. But if it was restrictive, then you would need the fire seed as well. So you would need to find at most you need to find 5, maybe 6 things. Maybe you need to find a character with the whip. So yeah, it just took a long while to get to that first recipient. But usually on a gift seed, once you get that first recipient, and once you have like most of the game open to you, like you have the axe, you have the whip, you have, progression everywhere, then it usually doesn't take that long to give the other gifts to the other recipients. But yeah, this one was just mean as far as progression. It was just evil. I want to see what the complexity was for this seed. I also want to see if this seed was what is it, hard complexity or not. I'm almost positive it was. Okay, so the flags here were, let's see, no traps. Well, traps are set to none on gift exchange anyway, so that's automatically set. Okay, stat growth after bosses, enemy type status ailments, gift modes, swap bosses, girl start, flaming drum and logic. Wait, so this was not hard complexity, because I don't see hard complexity on there on the general log. Yeah, the complexity was set to don't care, which basically means it's medium complexity, a normal complexity, I guess you can say. point is, it wasn't hard complexity, but yet it was a 5 complexity seed. So let's see, complexity 0. We started with girl. 1400 gold and the ice castle chest, which we found. We found all the complexity 0 pretty much. Gold key, Luna on vampire, Sylphid on metal mantis. We found those. And then we had to take Sylphid and we had to backtrack to Upperland, use Sylphid on the Upperland orb in order to unlock early game. Let's see. Axe. I think we found pretty much everything. Pretty much. Yeah, I think we did find everything. Aside from the moon seed. We didn't find the moon seed. Gnome, magical chest. Light seed on Dwarfelder. Yeah, we found all that. And then the flaming drum was on Kilroy, which was complexity 1. So everything after that is complexity 2 and up. Moon Palace having 2 seeds was pretty nice. Not necessary, but nice. You know, well, we never got any of our spells to level 7, which we didn't need to. But yeah, I mean, gift seeds can be pretty long depending on what the NPCs want you to do. Okay, so Flaming Cave was nothing. Just a sword orb. Doppelgangers was nothing. Oh, the Santa gifts are placed in the complexity tree as well. Yeah, it makes sense because they are considered checks. Like, we got the moon seed from, or not the moon seed, but Lumina rather. We got Lumina from Santa, so that was considered complexity 4. But yeah, we had to give away 3 of our elementals, which is absolutely insane because I mean, when you play a gift seed and you have a sprite and you have a bunch of elementals, I guess what I can say is don't get too attached to them because you just may very well lose them. Like Salamander, for instance. We had our Salamander at level what, 4 or 5, something like that, and then we had to give him away to one of our NPCs. We had to give away, who else? Shade. Giving away Shade was fine because we didn't use him. Like, we got him and then we had to give him away right after that, so we don't really care about that. We also had to give away what? Gnome. Gnome kind of hurt because Gnome obviously is good for speed up, running through these areas trying to get these things, and we had to give them away. But yeah, mystery flags on gift seeds, I mean, they can be annoying. However, I don't think the randomizer can logically place everything and make the seed completable, because I've actually rolled a couple of seeds before this and they happened to be unable to be completed because one of the items I needed was in a spot where I couldn't get to. The randomizer can also place required items on Santa, which means you can't get to them, because in order to get the Santa items, you have to turn in the NPCs, or turn in the items to the NPCs, the items that they want. So that's how you get these Santa gifts. But if there's something required that you need to give to somebody, for instance, on Santa, then you can't complete the seed. And I think I said this earlier, where the sword pedestal is glitched, or not glitched, but it's broken right now. On gift mode it is. On other modes it's fine, but on gift mode it's actually broken because although the randomizer will place a check there, you cannot interact with the sword pedestal. It won't let you. Like you can walk over there and you go to the sword pedestal and there's nothing there. You can't even push your action button to interact with the sword pedestal, even though the randomizer does place a check there. So that's also a way that you can get bricked on your seed, so to say, and the seed can't be completed. I want to say that the mana tree, I'm not sure if it's the same way with the mana tree because the mana tree is not a check. Actually, I can find that out right now by looking at the spoiler log if the mana tree is actually a check. Because if it is, then that's probably busted too. But I don't think it is though. No. Okay, so the mana tree actually is not a check. So I guess that's good then. So it's basically like mana tree revival then, where the mana tree is not actually a check on MTR. I guess that's the same in gift exchange where the mana tree is not a check. So I guess it's just the sword pedestal that's broken right now. So got to be careful with rolling seeds like this, I guess. But anywho, this was pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. I don't do gift seeds often because gift seeds can have you do some asinine things sometimes. Like I had a gift seed a while ago where an NPC wanted, I think, an amulet helm, and I had to grind up like 40,000 gold. So stuff like that. So it is possible that the seed is going to make you grind for money to give to an NPC. It can make you do some silly things. All right, so anywho, that is the end of this seed, and I accidentally restarted my timer, but that's okay. But yeah, I may do more of these in the future. Definitely it's a change from the mystery seeds I've been doing where they've been just vanilla long or vanilla short or mana tree revival. I just have to be careful with these gift seeds because like I said, sometimes they can be incompletable depending on where the randomizer puts things. All right, so with that said, I will see y'all next time.